everyone. Welcome to yet another weekly analysis. Now, the first thing I'm going to talk about is this: what happened last week and what we're going to do to make profits for this week and moving forward. But I do not do trade. I do not how do I say this? Like I do not come into the markets trying to trade every week. You see what I'm saying to you? So when I say for this week, you should understand what I mean. Like from this week and moving forward, right? So last week, we had the spot on prediction for last week. You see what I'm saying to you? The markets are bullish on the USJPY. Right now, the only pair you should be trading is A plus top pairs, because right now the markets are erratic, and you don't want to be in pairs that are moving, having a midterm reversal. Yes, on the lower time frames, the GU, the EU, the USD cards and whatnot, they may be trending. You see what I'm saying? But on the higher time frames, on the higher time frames for structurers like myself, it is a no-go area, right? So right now for the USJPY, we had a projection, and we made few mistakes, and I took a loss of 1% on my $50,000 challenge, right? But it's normal, it's nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? So like I could come back from that in my sleep, right? But the most important thing is that we know why we've taken the loss, right? We know where the mistakes are, and I thank God for opening my eyes to see where the mistakes were, right? So moving forward, we will correct those mistakes, and I promise you, right? And I promise you, we'll correct those mistakes and work with those mistakes, and move forward and profit off of those mistakes, right? So that's what it's about. That's what trading is about. That's what learning is about, right? So moving forward, we had a prediction, we had an analysis that said that, right, we needed a break of counter trend line and a retest of the last shoulder. And I tell you, listen, I tell you like it is. The market did exactly what we wanted it to do. Exactly, like there was no sugarcoating it, no moving the counter trend line, no moving nothing. The market did exactly what we wanted it to what do. If you look at the previous post, if you look at the previous thumbnail, go and check it, right? You see, we were waiting for a break of counter trend line, right? Like just we've broken it, and then we said we need a break of this structure right here. We need a break of this structure right here, which we did. We had a break of structure, and then we need a retest of the left shoulder, which was this. And if you notice, the moment we got there, that was the moment we started to have bullish momentum. You see what I'm saying to you? Now, I made a few mistakes where I ignored my levels. I ignored this daily level. If you can notice, you notice that we were on the daily time frame just a few seconds ago, and then these levels are off of the daily levels. So I'm saying to you, these areas of interest are areas where I buy and sell from, but they come from the daily time frame. So I'm saying to you, they come from the daily time frame. So moving forward, right now, this was the whole trade. I executed the buy limit from here. You can see a bullish engulfing, look good, right? It came all the way here. I was supposed to take partials and move my stop loss to break even, but I kept having this greed mentality. I kept having this, tunnel vision of, I need more profit. I need to get to this weekly time frame area of interest, which was around here, right? But the weekly area of interest is more like a ceiling to tell you, all right, the market is about to start taking profits from the weekly time frame. You should start looking to lock in some profits and wait for the market to retrace before you start looking for buys. That was what I was supposed to do. But I kept having this narrow vision, this tunnel vision of, oh, I need more profit, I need more profit, I need to patch challenge immediately. There's something to it. But that was a mistake, and it will never happen again. So be that as it may, we cannot ponder on the past. We can learn from the past, but we cannot dwell on the past. So let's move forward, right? For this week, we're expecting. For this week, when I say this week, so you saw what I mean. For this week and onwards, because nothing may happen this week. I do not plan to come into the market to trade this week. It's something to it may take 2 weeks, whatever. But the most important thing is this: we have a plan. We have a plan moving into the future, right? So for this week, once again for this week, I'm expecting, right, either a retest of this support right here, not the line, but you can see how the market tapped the area of interest and then bounced, tapped the area of interest and then bounced. So we need something similar, right? We need something similar to happen again. Tap it, touch it, and then we can look for buys. Or if that doesn't happen, if that doesn't happen, then I'll be expecting the markets to what, break and then retest this level, and then this will be our next profit target or something to you. So that's it. There's nothing difficult about it. We just have one plan, and we just have one pair, and then we just have one strategy, and that's what we're gonna work and move forward with. Now, it is important to you for you to know that losses are normal. I mean, they mean excessive losses, they're not normal. You see what I'm saying? But losses come when you follow your plan. A loss might come when you follow your plan. You follow everything. You see what I'm saying to you? But everything has to be perfect, because if you make a mistake and then you say, oh, you followed your plan, then it's your fault at the end of the day, right? This was my fault. This move right here took me out. My stops were underneath here, and I've taken my 2% and I've gotten out. But it was my fault because I didn't. I forgot what I was supposed to do. I didn't follow my training plan to the latter. So it's fine. I followed the execution plan. You know what I'm saying? I followed the execution plan, but I did not follow the exit plan. You know what I'm saying to you? So that will never happen again. Trust me, never ever. You know what I'm saying? So moving forward, let's see what's happening on the USD, GBP USD. For some people that are quite confused, they don't know what to do. But the GBP USD is bullish on the monthly time frame. The problem with top-down analysis, they come into the market, and the first thing they do is start plotting. They start plotting lines. They start plotting support and resistance. They start using trend lines. No, when you come into the market, the first thing you need to do is to go to a naked chart. In fact, let me do that right now. Go to a naked chart, right? Go to a naked chart. That's what you have to do. The first thing you have to do is you go to a naked chart. You don't have to plot nothing. It's something to you don't have to upload nothing. Go to a naked chart, right? This is a naked chart. This is what the GBPSD looks like on the monthly time frame. Now, when this is happening, all you have to do is look for the current trend in the market. Look for what market structure is saying. The market moves based on structure, not based on your support and resistance. The market does not care where you have your support and resistance. It does not care. Now, the first thing I'll do is this is a top-down analysis. This is a proper top-down analysis, right? On the monthly time frame, I need to know where is the market headed. The market is headed is bullish, because why? We've broken the last structure. We've retested the left shoulder, just like we did, just like this was the exact same entry execution on the 4 hour, if you remember, on USJPOA, right? This is how I get into trades on the with head and shoulder pattern, right? We expect it to come off of the left shoulder, right? So moving forward, the markets, they are bullish on the monthly time frame. You see what I'm saying to you? We take that, we keep that in our pockets. We go to the weekly time frame to see what the market is doing. Now you need to understand that an A plus setup, a proper setup, is a proper trend, is a trend that follows the monthly time frame. The monthly time frame is the overall trend of the market, not the weekly, not the daily. Whatever the monthly says, I am expecting the weekly and the daily to be saying the exact same thing. When it's not saying the exact same thing, then it is a mid-term reversal of the monthly time frame. In that case, I'd relax. Now, is it possible to trade those kind of markets? Yes, but you have to reduce your risk, because in the long run, because people tend to think, right, if I win 5 trades in a row, I'm profitable. No, because everything has to do with time. If you're trading over time, you see what I'm saying to you. If you're studying, you will finish your book over. You will finish reading your book over time, right? If you're in school, your exams will definitely come over time. So everything you have to do is over time. You see what I'm saying to you. Now, for GPUSD, what are we doing? We have to be very, very honest. We have to be very, very honest. Very honest. You cannot lie to yourself. You cannot, say, even don't listen. If you have to shut your ears to your guru, shut to your mentor, shut it. You have to be honest to yourself, because your gurus may be lying to themselves. I'm not saying you should not follow your mentors, but be honest to yourself. Be honest, right? On the weekly time frame, what are we doing? We are obviously bearish on the weekly time frame. Structural wise, we are bearish. I cannot say it any other way. I can't see it any other way. We are bearish on the weekly time frame. Higher, 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 low, higher, 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 low, higher, high, lower, low. We may be coming into putting a left shoulder, a lower high right here at the left shoulder, and then drop. We do not know. You see what I'm saying to you? So now I know that we are bearish on the weekly time frame. I have to go to the daily time frame. This is before we even draw any lines. This is before we draw anything. You see what I'm saying? I need to know where the market is headed. Then I go and start looking for chart patterns on the weekly time frame, which I will show you how to do, right? Now, on the daily time frame, what do we see? I see a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a low, a lower high, and a lower low. We are obviously what? Bearish, because we failed to break this area of interest right here. Now we are bearish on the daily time frame, bearish on the weekly time frame, we are bullish on the monthly time frame. And the monthly time frame is the overall trend on the market. Now, I go into the weekly time frame, right? I go to the weekly time frame to look for chart patterns. How can I, where can I, look for buys from? Where can I look for sales from? But in this case, we are looking to buy. You see what I'm saying to you? We're looking for buys towards the monthly time frame. We're looking to trade towards the monthly time frame. Never trade against the monthly time frame. Never look for trades, towards the monthly time frame. Now, on the monthly time frame, I can see chart patterns, right? I can see chart patterns over here, right? This looks very beautiful. Double top. I plot my areas of interest off of double tops, double bottoms. That's a trick. I'm not gonna tell you otherwise. I'm not gonna hide nothing from you. You get me? You see double top right here too. You see how seamless it looks. You see how beautiful it looks. I don't use indicators. You don't need those. You get me? You don't need those. Now you see how there's a double bottom right here too, and then boom. Tell me if this does not look beautiful to you. Is this not like the markets tell the story? You have to be able to understand the story, right? You have to be able to understand the story. 1 minute, I'll be back. Let me check on something. All right, so sorry for the break in transmission, but yeah, so like I was saying, the markets they tell us a story. I don't know about you, but for me, like I'm so like drawn to the market, and I love what I do. Like there's listen. If you want to listen, if you want to achieve mastery, you have to do this over time. You have to do the right thing over time. Most people do the wrong thing over time, but with mastery, you have to do the right thing over time. There's no partying. There are no friends around here. You see what I'm saying? There are no girls around here. You have to focus on what you want to become. You see what I'm saying? You have to be focused on who you want to become. And, and that that also shows in the charts. It shows in your trading. You see what I'm saying? If you're somebody who's lazy and who's lazing around, you don't want to run, you don't want to go for runs, you don't want to go to the gym, you don't want to study a book, you don't, even if it's a page a day, you don't want to do these things, then it's going to show in your trading because you're not going to fix yourself psychologically, you're not going to fix yourself with patience. It's something to you. You're not going to fix yourself with the right with risk management, with the right mentality when you take a loss. These things, you have to also fix yourself outside of the chart. You see what I'm saying? And that's how to become a successful trader, right? But moving forward, now, if you see, all I've done is I've plotted only 3 lines. This is not even needed. This line is not needed, right? I just wanted to show you, show you how easy it is. This line is not needed, right? Because this is where we're focusing on. With trading with the charts, you have to focus from zone to zone. I trade from zone to zone. You see what I'm saying? So we're expecting the monthly time frame to rise all the way here, and that's about what 900 pips. You see what I'm saying to you? So we're expecting 900 pips in the market, right? Now, there's a reason why the monthly time frame had a huge push to the downside, this bearish engulfing. There's a reason why it happened, right? It happened because whenever you see a head and shoulder forming, whenever there is a break of structure like so, I'll show you, right? Whenever there's a break of structure like so, lower low, a lower high, and a lower low, right? And then there's a break of structure right here, breaking this last structure right here, right? Whenever this happens, the market does not come into this level. No, no, no. It may respect it a little bit. It may do something like this, but it's going to come all the way to the left shoulder, to the last high, or to the left shoulder, and then push up. So this is how the market moves. You get me? This is how the market moves. Now it's for you to then draw your counter trend like so, and then wait for the break and then execute. This is how the market moves. It is so beautiful. Like this is how the market moves. You see what I'm saying to you? And now we're expecting this exact same thing to happen here, right? Lower low, lower high, lower lows, right? And then it started to build momentum to the upside. It struggled. It struggled because why? It was not bullish. It struggled because it was not bullish. Whenever you see the market struggling like this, it goes up today, it goes down tomorrow, there's not enough, momentum. See how easy this was. See how the market melted like butter, yeah. But you see how it's struggling, it's struggling like the dunes in the desert, right? It's struggling, right? So it's happening, it's struggling because it's going against the overall flow of the market, right? Now the overall flow of the market is telling us bullish. Why? Because the monthly is bullish. The monthly time frame is the time frame for a trend. You want to know where the market is going, go to the monthly time frame, not the weekly, not the daily. Go to the monthly time frame. Now you have to trade. You have to trade towards the monthly time frame, from the weekly, from the daily, from the 4 hour, from the 1 hour. Everything you have to do has to go towards the monthly time frame. Now this is the top down analysis. This is how that that really teaches it. This is top, right? You will not see this anywhere. Right? This is top, right? So now on the weekly time frame, I have to look for chart patterns, but I've already done that on the monthly time frame. I have my lines. I have everything beautiful. Now there's something called catching a reversal, right? There's something called anticipating a reversal. Now this is a whole nother topic, right? This is a whole nother topic. I'm getting deeper, right? There's something called anticipating a reversal. Do you want to fold your hand? Do you want to be the type to fold your hands and wait for the market to move without you? No. You want to be the type to catch the market as it's going. You want to be the type to predict it as it's going, right? Now, before a trend could shift, it will tell you when it's about to shift. Before the market shifts, it will tell you, hello, I'm about to shift. Right? It will tell you, Kelvin, I'm about to what? Shift. Now, the market tells us it's about to shift. They are giving us signs: bullish engulfing, double bottom, double top, head and shoulders. You get me? These are signs that the markets are about to shift, and we have one of them right here, off of a major level from the monthly time frame. I cannot stress it more. You see what I'm saying to you, right? I can't stress it any more than I am stressing it right now. A bullish engulfing off of a major level, coming off of the left shoulder on the monthly time frame. Come on, come on. It's as easy as that. Now on the daily time frame, there's something I need you to understand, right? Even though even as we've had this beautiful retest and a bounce, we can't still trade this pair because it is not yet bullish on the daily time frame. Now the weekly time frame, we are anticipating a reversal, right? Now for me to be interested in the GBP it has to break this level right here. It has to break this level right here, right here. It has to break this structure right here, right? It has to break it, come above, and then retest, and then we keep on pushing to the upside, anticipating the reversal. You see what I'm saying to you? Now, if you remember what I said before the market reverses, it tells us. What do you think? What do you see right here? I see an inverse head and shoulder, right? It's as easy as that, right? It's as easy as that. You see what I'm saying to you? It's as easy as that. So now, this is the exact same thing I was talking about, right? I said when the market breaks the last structure, right, it will come and retest the left shoulder and then push. Now it is already retesting the left shoulder even before breaking the market structure. Now I get it. Now you may be confused. What do I do? What I would do is this, right? I would more 9 times out of 10, this happens every time. This happens. Trust me, it happens, right? I spend time in the market. It happens, right? The market would still break structure. What happened? Yeah, the market will still break structure, right? This last structure, the market would still do this, right? The market would still do this, right? And then still come back into the left shoulder to fulfill its original move and then push it to the upside. This could happen in the market. These things happen in the market, right? If it doesn't happen, fine. We're anticipating a break and retest of this shoulder right here, and then we'll continue to the upside. It's something to continue to the upside. Now, that is this to be able to avoid a loss in case it's coming down. You need your entry strategy to be on point. You need to wait for break of counter trend line and you need to wait for break of structure. I wait for both. If I don't see both of them, if I don't see chart patterns that shift structure, or chart patterns that indicate a reversal like double bottom, head and shoulders, and I see a break of counter trend line, I am not involved in the market. I am not going to be involved in the market. Trust me, over time it is going to save you. Over time, your trading plan does not stop you from making money. It stops you from taking unnecessary losses. Over time, it is going to show. The results will show. A profitable trader is not a trader that wins 5 trades, 10 trades in a row. It is a trader that is able to be profitable over a long period of time. You see what I'm saying to you? Now, this is how I do my top-down analysis. It is seamless. It is simple. It is sublime. There is nothing special about me. There is nothing special about what I do. There is nothing special about the market, right? You just have to follow your plan. Now, see what I'm saying, right? So now let's look over here, right? Does this commotion in the market not look similar to this? Higher high, higher low, higher high, right? You can see we haven't broken the structure yet, but we came to retest the left shoulder. We broke the structure and then came back into the left shoulder. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, right? Now, the market may not do what I'm saying, the market may not do what you think, but it is important for you to learn how to adapt and be realistic. It is important for you to plan. He who fails to plan plans to fail, right? So that's all for this week. This is how I do my top analysis. There's nothing special about it, right? It's simple. And then my profit target is over here because I'm trading off of the higher time frames, right? My analysis are off of the higher time frames, so they are bound to hold, right? So my last level target will be right here. I would whenever I get into major areas on the daily time frame, I will take partials and then I will let the rest run into this level, right? So that's all for this week, and hope and I pray you follow your training plan. I hope and I pray that you can wake up early, study your book, go for a run, fix yourself, right? Fix yourself mentally, spiritually, and then it will show in your account balance. Have a great week. Have a great weekend.